what we do, to keep it very simple, is we reverse the way PID becomes active. The PID problem, we really reverse it. And the inverter manufacturers see that, and they want to be able to provide a good solution to the customers. The main advantages of the ilumen technology, it's independent on the inverter brand. So actually we made a system that disconnects from the inverter side. So we will never have any liability issues by harming an inverter or something. And by disconnecting the inverter from the system, there are a lot less variables, parameters influencing the system, and then we can very actively regenerate the PN junction of the cells to bring them back at normal level. If you have solar modules at your home, it's very difficult to detect PID. How are you going to detect it? And that's why we did a test 3 months ago. We put our boxes on 50 installations without knowing if the systems had PID or not. And the results were actually quite shocking. The average of the 50 installations, the power went up by 16%. There were some installations that had severe PID. The power went up by 30%, but the system, less influenced by PID, went up by 4%. So it actually means if you put it on a random installation, it will have a positive influence. Also here we wanted to show the people, look, it works. So we brought one random module with PID and it had 77 watt. They did an electroluminance test and a flash test on it. Our colleagues from MBG, we asked them, can we do the test with you? And they said, no problem. And we put the box on. And indeed, so now you see after 24 hours, we're already almost doubled the power. So we're at 123 watts. I'm quite sure that tomorrow when the exhibition will finish, it will give more than 200 watts again. So more than 80% of the nominal power in less than 3 days. Yeah. And that's the amazing, indeed, if you look at the product, it's really incredible how it looks. And that's why people cannot see it as a cost or as no, they invested in solar. And now you need to invest in this because it's an investment. There's a payback time. There's a payback time, and also the lifetime of the product will also elongate because you will have less thermal differences in your modules, which causes also mechanical stresses. And that's very important to realize. Yeah. To see PID in an early stage is very difficult. When you detect it, probably you already have some big issues. And the problem is in the PV business, when you detect it, it means you already had a lot of yield loss. Yield loss means money loss, and it will keep on going till you solve the problem. So that's why now we notice that a lot of people visiting us, they are actually much more proactive. They will say, okay, I will not wait till I detect the problem, I will just put the system on, and on that way prevent the problem from happening so that I don't lose any money. And if you look at our system, payback time, depending on the feeding tariff, depending on the climate, is around between 6 months and 2 years. So actually it's really an investment. We have two very clear products. So one product, we call it the PID Mini. It's not really mini like only for small inverters, because we have some installations more than 1 megawatt with those systems, but it's for decentral inverters. So one box can go up to 30 kilowatt, and it's really all small boxes. They standalone boxes, they work standalone, and very easy to implement. But once you go to where you have junction boxes, central inverters, very high currents, we can make it much easier by making a custom switchboard, which is called the PID utility. And so the small product can handle up to 20 amps and 2 MPPTs. The big product, the PID utility, can handle up to 500 amps, 2 MPPTs. So that's for the investors that have parks like 40 megawatt. They only have 40 switchboards, and very easy. And there we provide also monitoring services so that we automatically can provide the customer and say, okay, there's a problem with that switching board. Easy to maintain because the quantities are not that high, and also quite cheap solution, what's also important because we want to be the cheapest solution for PID, but I'm talking about solution. There are some other alternatives for PID, but that's more preventive. But if you see PID, yeah, then you're already too late. And actually we are the only product that we can guarantee that really regenerates modules.